My golden age of Strat-O-Matic baseball. And the golden age for Strat-O-Matic baseball is from 1977 to 1984. And this video is about individual season leagues for this period of 8 years from 1977 through 84, and for a carryover league that I do. First, I want to talk a little bit about the beginning year, 1977. In 1977, Major League Baseball expanded with two new teams, the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. As a result, with expansion, pitching was diluted and there was tremendous offensive performances that year. In the American League, Rod Carew had a fantastic year for the Minnesota Twins. This is a look at his card. The basic side, he hit .388, and that was the highest performance at that time. In this period of 77 to 84, the only person to eclipse that would be George Brett, who hit .390 in 1980. Also in this year of 77 in the National League, George Foster had a tremendous year for the Cincinnati Reds. Foster's statistics: in 1977, George Foster hit 52 home runs for the Cincinnati Reds. He was the first player to hit over 50 home runs since Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle did it in '61. So 1977 was a very special year. Also, of significance is that from 1976 to 1977, Strat-O-Matic changed their game slightly. I'm going to show you two cards here now. I used Ted Simmons' card. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals in both years. Here's the basic cards for each. You see the front of the card looks the same for Simmons, 76 and 77. Pretty similar year, above average hitter. But when you look at the advanced sides, you'll see in 1976, well, of course my resolutions on this camera is kind of funky here. Let's see if I can get some focus going. How about that? It's suddenly not working. There we go. In 1977, Strat-O-Matic introduced the E rating on the cards for their defensive players. And in 1976, the year prior to that, that was the last year that the cards did not have the E rating. And you see here, it just says he's a catcher with a 3, E0. So 77 was the first year they used defensive E ratings for player cards. That trend continued during this entire period from 1977 to 1984. All through that period, it continued. Here's a 1984 card for Mike Schmidt. You see he's just got the E rating there too. He's a 2E31. We have a 1977 Mike Schmidt. I'll just put it right on top. You see a 1977 Mike Schmidt looks almost identical, and those are 8 years apart. The big change occurred in 1985. I'll use Mike Schmidt a card again. Here's the 84 Mike Schmidt card. And then in 1985, Strat-O-Matic improved the game by putting some more things on the cards to make the game more realistic. We see the triangle symbol here is the symbol for the ballpark home run. Ballpark home runs were used for players in Strat-O-Matic that year, depending on where you were playing. You also have the diamond symbol here is for ballpark singles. Actually, and then the other thing that's added to the car is the symbol, the ohm horseshoe symbol there. You can't really see it because of the camera here, unfortunately. But that ohm symbol is the clutch hitting ability, where if it's a clutch situation where there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, a single would turn into an out, or an out could turn into an RBI single. So these things were added to the cards in 1985 to make the game more realistic. But what I focused on in my golden era of Strat from 1977 to 1984 is the consistency of the cards. And to show you the consistency, I just want to show you one player, and that would be Mike Schmidt, as he played for one team during the entire period at Philadelphia Phillies. I'll just line them up next to each other. If you look at the basic sides, you can see that the Strat-O-Matic Corporation, they kept their cards consistent. The ink, fonts, the typeface, it all looks pretty consistent. You'd almost believe these were all printed at the same time. Oops, starting to lose it here a little bit. And 84. Okay, there's 84. And again, if you look at the advanced side, no, the color is the same. 81, 82, 83, 84. Excuse me, 78. That's 77, 77, 80, 81, 82, 83, and 84. And you see the advanced cards look very consistent through the entire time here. And so what I decided to do was I was going to use all 8 of these seasons and combine seasons to create a carryover league. And I'll get to that in my next video. Golden Age of Strat-O-Matic Baseball from 1977 to 1984.